Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So I got an email from a subscriber, and the subscriber sent a donation. So guys, remember, if you want to guarantee that your question will be answered, make sure you click the link below and send a donation. So I want to thank you for your donation, and let's get to this email. So it says, "Hey, Mr. Locario, how's it going? I could use some advice. I've been doing a lot better at spitting game at chicks since you posted that video response for me. It's like second nature to me now. My ongoing issue has been giving people too much attention, especially women. I've come to understand that I value people's opinions over my own goals, and I'm constantly running over to them and seeking their approval. It's like I'm feeling chicks way too hard after just meeting them. I'm practically head over heels for them. I also tend to put friends' wants over my own desires, and I end up jeopardizing my own goals. My question for you is, how do I control my energy and stop coming off as desperate? How do I start giving myself the attention that I deserve? The truth is that I only tend to do these things when I'm sleep deprived. I'm a full-time worker and student with 2 jobs, and some days I only get 2 hours of sleep, but I no longer want excuses or my limitations to define me as a person." All right, so basically what you got to understand is that you are trying to please these people and get their approval and all this other stuff because you want their validation, because you, for some reason, probably feel like you're not enough, or you feel like that there's something wrong with you, so that you need to get these people to make you feel like everything is good. You need their approval on whatever you're feeling or whatever you're putting out there. You need for them to, make you feel good. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this is your ego. You want to feed your ego so that you can feel good about yourself, right? And so this plays out, also when you're dealing with women. So you're saying, look, I start to like them way too much. I start to get head over heels for them, and basically part of the reason why you're feeling that way is because you feel you need them in order for you to feel good. This is just all basically coming from you trying to please these people or trying to get their approval so that you can feel good about yourself. That's all that really is. So you're sort of chasing that approval through these people, right? So what you need to understand is that you don't need anybody's approval. Right. And this is the interesting part, is that most people to an extent are like this. Right. So for you, it seems like it's really extreme, where it's just like, you are interacting with, everybody on a level where you just want to get approval from everybody. But most people are taught or brought up or conditioned to want to seek approval, and to feel that this approval makes them a better person. Or if somebody thinks they're cute, if somebody thinks they're smart, if somebody thinks what they did was awesome, then they feel good about themselves. And that's just all about their ego. Do you understand? So what you have to do is drop all of that. You have to drop the feeling of needing that approval. Right now, the thing is, it's going to be hard, at first, because you're so used to going about life this way. Right. But once you understand and you're aware that all of that stuff is bullshit, and you're aware that you don't need anybody's approval to feel good about yourself, then you're going to drop all the approval seeking behavior. Right? Because what happens is that you feel like you need these people. You feel like you need them so that you can feel good about yourself. You feel like you need them, or you need their approval so that you can feel complete. Do you understand? But the thing is that as long as you feel that way, you're going to continue to interact with these people in this way. See, when you get to the point where you understand that you don't need anybody for your emotional stability and for your happiness, then that's when you'll be free. That's when you won't be sweating these girls this way. Do you understand what I'm saying? And this is why a lot of guys actually have trouble with dealing with women a lot of times, because you get with a girl and you look at that girl as something that validates who you are. You say, oh, wow, I actually got this girl's number, so I'm a man now. You understand? Or I'm cool. You understand? So that's the thought process that comes along with that. Or, this girl, she kissed me, or we had sex and all this other stuff. So I'm the man, I'm the shit, I'm awesome. That's all you just feeding your ego. So what happens is that if none of that happens, if you get rejected, if a girl doesn't like you, if a girl's not feeling you, then you feel bad about yourself. And then what you do is you start to seek more approval, because you want more people to like you. You want more women to like you, so that you can start to feel good about yourself. So you feeling good or you feeling bad about yourself is basically based upon how these, women are responding to you. You understand? And so you have to understand and be aware that all of that is bullshit. See, what happens is that when you were younger, right, your parents, your aunts, your uncles, whoever it is, people around you, they've, conditioned you to seek approval. It's like a drug. So when you were younger and you did something, and your mom or your dad or whoever you grew up with, they would tell you, oh, hey, that was great, that was awesome that you did that. Or you could have been in a situation where your parents or whoever kind of didn't give you that approval, and you saw other people getting approval. You saw other people getting accolades and praise and all this other stuff. And now you wanted it because you felt like you were missing all that. Do you understand? So either you was getting it so much that you wanted more, you kept trying to get more of the drug, or you didn't get the drug and you saw everybody else getting the drug and you wanted to get high too. Do you understand? But what you got to understand is that you don't need any of it. See, this is the interesting part about this, right? Is that I sort of used to be the same way. And then I realized that, if I take praise, I also have to take criticism, right? So, and then what happens is that if I sort of make my feelings based off of that praise or criticism, I'm making the praise or criticism be the thing that sort of controls how I feel, or my sense of well-being. So the thing is, I don't take praise or criticism. So somebody will be like, yo, Mr. Lucario, you're great, you're awesome, you're a genius. And I'm like, okay, thanks, that's cool, but I don't let it get to my head. I don't really grab onto that and hold on to that. You know why? Because if somebody says, Mr. Lucario, you're a genius, guess what? Now I'm gonna be like, oh shit. I gotta keep doing stuff so that he can think I'm a genius. I gotta keep doing things so that they can think I'm awesome. And then that brings up that anxiety, and that's gonna be me trying to seek more approval. Do you understand what I'm saying? But then on the other hand, if I take the criticism, and if I let it get to me, or if I take it personally, then and if somebody says, oh, Mr. Lucario, you suck, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't do this, you can't do that, whatever. And then that's going to I make that get me mad. And then now I'm going to be trying to avoid that type of criticism and trying to get more approval. Right. So, when we talk about you dealing especially with women, that's the thing that you have to look out for. You have to understand that the reason why you're gravitating to these women and you're falling for them really quick, it's not necessarily because you like them like that. It's more so you're falling for them really quick because she's a representation of someone who's going to, hopefully give you some approval, who's going to be, giving you some sort of thing to make you feel good about yourself. So this is why you want to be around them so bad, because they're that representation of you getting your approval high. You understand? So the thing is, you have to understand that all that shit is bullshit. And once you drop that, Once you drop all that shit, then you'll see reality. And the reality is that in order for you to really, get things going and to basically enjoy yourself and to do things the way you want to do it without having to worry about who's going to think this or who's going to think that, it basically comes down to you understanding that you don't have to impress anybody. It comes down to understanding that you don't have to worry about other people's opinions of you, because their opinion of you actually has nothing to do with you, right? So if a girl doesn't like you, technically that doesn't really have anything to do with you. And on the flip side, if a girl does like you, that still has nothing to do with you. Do you get that? Why is that? Because if she doesn't like you, all that means is that whatever she's experiencing and whatever thought she has or whatever type of things that she likes, it is unique to her. And the experiences she's had, the conditioning she's had, which led her to not like you. And the opposite is also true. If she likes you, all the conditioning she had, all the experience she's had, all that, is balled up into this thing that made her say, I like this guy, because you represent all those things that she's experienced and all this other stuff. So, she might have grew up, liking a certain type of guy, or guys that look like you, guys that act like you, guys who have your swag. And then so you come up and then she likes you because of all those past experiences. You understand? So her liking you or not liking you has really nothing to do with you. Do you understand? That's a hard pill for a lot of people to swallow. Right? And so this is why even when we talk about game and you really making things happen in the game, this is why I always say, and I've done a video about this, where I said the game is about you. Because when you get a chick, right, and you get a girl that's attracted to you, or you get a girl who wants to be with you, you understand what I'm saying, and wants to deal with you, all the girls that you're getting or attracting or, that are gravitating to you, they're out there already. Every girl that's going to, be feeling you, she's out there right now. Now, how are you going to get that girl or those girls that like you? The only way you're going to get those girls that like you is if you get off your butt and approach them and talk to them and interact with them. Do you understand what I'm saying? And to have them keep liking you really also depends on you basically putting in the type of work and energy and all that other stuff it takes to maintain a situation where women will like you. You understand? But the thing is that they're liking you based off of their own perception. So since that is, the case, it doesn't matter if somebody likes you or not. It doesn't matter what somebody thinks about you or not, because everything they think, everything they're talking about, all that other stuff is coming from them. You understand? So since you understand that it's coming from them, you don't have to worry about any of that shit. You don't have to seek their approval, because their approval or disapproval has nothing to do with you, and it doesn't affect you unless you make it affect you. So that's all coming from you, because, me and you could be chilling in the same spot, hanging out, talking to a couple of different girls. And a girl could say, Mr. Lucario, you suck. And then she could also say to you, hey, you suck. And then you'll get upset. You'll get mad. You'll get pissed off. You'll get upset and all this other stuff. And I'm just standing there like, whatever. You understand? So it's not like she said anything different to each of us. It's just that I'm sitting there. I don't care about getting her approval or not. You understand what I'm saying? But you do. And by you wanting that and you grasping for that, you're always going to be in a state of anxiety. You're always going to be gravitating to people because you feel like you need them in order for you to feel good about yourself. See, the thing is this. See, I didn't want to get, deep on on this thing, but I feel like I got to keep going, right? The thing is this. Most people are seeking approval, and you're seeking approval because you feel lonely, right? But what you got to understand is that when you wake up and you realize reality, what you're going to understand is that you are alone, right? So there's an aloneness that comes with existence, meaning that everybody that's here, everybody that's on earth, everybody that you interact with, right? You're existing with them. You're sharing this space. You're sharing this experience. Or some people might say that, we're all connected. And I also believe that too, that we're connected in ways and we experience this life or whatever. Right. But the thing is that you've been taught to feel like you need other people for you to feel good, or for your emotional stability, or for your happiness. So then you're constantly seeking these people to make you feel happy, to make you do this and make you do that. So you're constantly seeking people to cure your loneliness. Do you understand? But once you understand that you don't need anybody for your happiness, you don't need anyone to feel emotionally stable and secure, then that's when you understand that you're alone. Do you understand that? There's a difference between aloneness and loneliness. When people feel lonely, they feel like they need people in order to feel good. When you wake up and understand that you don't need anyone to feel good and that you don't need anyone to be happy, you experience aloneness. So what you got to understand is that your feeling of needing to have that approval and your feeling to please these people and all this other stuff is because you want to feed your ego so you can feel good about yourself. It's because you feel lonely and you think that you need those people to cure your loneliness and all this other stuff. So that's why you're trying to get at these women like this. That's why you're trying to people please and all this other stuff. You understand? So the thing is, what you really need to understand is in order for you to get over this, or in order for you to, really move past this, is that you have to understand what's going on. And you have to understand that your approval seeking and you trying to please these people is all coming from your ego and your feeling of loneliness. But then if you understand that you don't need these people to make you feel happy, if you understand that you don't need people to basically cure this quote unquote loneliness, you understand what I'm saying? Then you'll be fine. But until you understand that, you're going to forever be seeking people for your happiness. You understand? You have to understand that. If you don't understand that, it's going to be a hard road for you. You understand? So it's going to be, and the thing is, once you understand this stuff, it makes it easier for you to deal with women. Why? Because now if a girl flakes on you, if a girl doesn't call you back, you don't give a fuck. Why? Because you don't need her to make you feel happy. You're cool, chilling, doing your own thing. And you'll find other women who actually are into you and who actually like you and who actually are going to spend time with you. And then when those relationships, fizzle out, you'll find other women to be in relationships with. And then when those fizzle out, you'll find other women to be in relationships with. And then you'll have times where you're just chilling by yourself, doing your thing. And then guess what? You're going to find another woman to be in a relationship with. Like I always tell people, every relationship that you have is going to come to an end. Either the person's going to die or you're going to break up. One of the two. But it's going to come to an end. And guess what's going to happen? You'll be alone, just like you were before you met them, just like you are while you're with them, if you really understand what that means, and you're going to be alone after they're gone. Aloneness versus loneliness. You understand? And this is why it's so hard for people to be happy in relationships, because they're always seeking approval. They're seeking everybody else outside of them to complete them, to make them feel good. Oh, I need you. I can't live without you. I need you to complete me. And this is why you're miserable, because you're always looking outside of yourself for that happiness. You're always looking outside of yourself for that enjoyment in life. So instead of understanding that you don't need these people for you to make you happy, right? And understanding that you basically don't need that to go down. Once you understand that you don't need that, that's when you're going to be that's actually when you're going to have the most fun dealing or interacting with women. That's when you're going to have the best type of relationships. That's when you're going to have the best experiences, when you realize you don't need her. You understand? Because if you don't need her, then what's going to happen is you're not going to cling. And when you don't cling, then that's the thing that actually makes her more attracted to you. When you feel like you need her, you cling, and that's what makes her be like, all right, this is too much. She's sweating me too much. I'm gone. When you're trying to cling and get that approval, that's what's going to make the women run away. When you are with a chick and you're like, look, I could take it or leave it, that's attractive to her because you're free. That's attractive to her because you are the type of guy who is confident within himself. Women want to be with men who they know doesn't need the guy doesn't need them. They love that shit. When they feel that neediness, that's when they want to run away. Because what happens is that neediness, it basically scares them. Why? Because that's showing them something within themselves that they don't even like. See, a lot of times when you see people who are needy, insecure, all this other stuff, and you sort of don't like it, like let's say even if you see a homeless person on the street, right? A part of you is like, you don't like seeing that. Why? Because you know that could be you. And you don't like seeing that type of situation that a human being will be in, because you're thinking, damn, that could be me, right? So that also happens when you are basically showing your emotions and you're showing, that type of behavior of neediness and all this other stuff. And that's unattractive to a woman. And that's even unattractive just to people in general, because that neediness and that insecurity is something that the other person doesn't like also within themselves. So they don't want to be around that shit. But when a person is happy, when a person is confident, when a person is secure within themselves, when a person is chilling with someone and they're not being needy and they're just like free and like, yeah, we could chill, we could not chill, it's all good, what, blah, blah, blah. That is extremely attractive, because that they're seeing something in somebody that they want to be like. They want that. They love that, because that's a reflection of what they also want. So if you're chilling with these women and you're, trying to please them and be all needy and all this other stuff, That's the thing that's going to, scare them away. But if you're chill, you're cool, you're confident, you're like, it is what it is. That's the thing that's going to make women gravitate to you. Like you guys always hear me at the end of my videos. I say the truth is inside you, right? And the thing is, nobody can tell you what the truth is. This is why we say the truth is inside you, because your truth, what's true to you as far as what makes you happy, what makes you tick, what makes you, like these things, what makes you not like these things, that's personal to you. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you want. That's what you don't want. This is what you like. This is what you don't like. All this other stuff, right? Now, this is why, I was saying that the game is about you. It's about you focusing on yourself, you focusing on you focusing on making you happy, because you're the only one who can make you happy. So you looking outside of yourself for all of that shit, you're not going to get anywhere. The truth is not outside you. It's inside you. You understand? So if it's inside you, why do you think you need to go outside of yourself to get the truth? Why do you think you need to go outside of yourself to get happiness? Why do you think you need to go outside of yourself to get approval? You understand? So you got to understand this. You got to be aware of this stuff. You got to be aware that you do not need anyone's approval. You do not need any of that. Someone's approval or disapproval of you does not matter at all, ever. Once you understand that, you'll be free. You'll be happy. You won't need to get anyone's approval. You won't need to try to do things to get people to like you. You won't even care if people like you or not. You won't care. You understand? You'll finally actually be awake, and you won't be asleep like most other people are, who's running around seeking approval, trying to find people that'll love them so that they can feel good about themselves, because they, all this other crazy shit. Right? So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, man. I could go on for days about this, man, but that was a good question, man, because I try to explain this to people sometimes, and it just like, they don't get it. And some people aren't going to get it yet. It takes people a while to get it. But, once you get it and once you understand it, you'll see things in a whole different way. You feel me? So that's pretty much it. Guys, listen, if you have any more questions, make sure you click the link below, and I'll holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Now, before you turn off this video, I want you to do 3 quick things. 1, I want you to click the link below so you can send me a question and I'll do a video on it. 2, I want you to click the link under that to get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, which gives you 7 tips on how to really attract beautiful women. And number 3, I want you to click the link under that to go to badboymembership.com, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy Membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy to follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy Membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.